How can Black men create some of those pockets for themselves? I know we talked about perfect push-ups, doing push-ups. Like, what are some things that you've seen? I don't know if you're working with a lot of Black men specifically, or what are some things that you've seen or think would work for Black men to create some pockets for themselves, whether it be at home, at work, wherever they are?
I think there is power in leaning into the things that you're already doing.
Okay.
When people are anxious and they're depressed and they're trying to figure it out, adding to their plate is like the last thing that they need.
Right.
So like I lean more into the things that they already enjoy doing. So like if you're someone who watches sports all the time, you know, okay, well, go dribble a ball, like go throw the football around or something, even if it's to an empty space. Or like I have one of my clients, I noticed that they take their sessions outside. It's a male client. So they will be talking to me and they will be like walking and they just enjoy that. So I asked them, I wonder what it would look like when you're anxious and we don't have a session if you go for a walk. So I'm very person-centered and I tap into the needs and the functionality of the person that I'm speaking to.
Right.
But I feel like it's important for Black men to pay more attention to themselves.
Talk about that. Yeah, let's get into it.
Pay more attention to your own personal habits. Like, what do you like? What do you do in your day? What puts a smile on your face?
You know why I think that, and I don't want to play devil's advocate here, but I think it's important to bring this up because I know some Black man is probably thinking, bro, what do you mean, right? Yeah, I know you know, exactly. What the hell are you talking about? What I like? Right, like, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's because we've been conditioned so long to be worried about what everybody else likes that it's so hard for us to sit down and think about what do I actually like that doesn't have anything to do with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a real like crisis I was in at one point in time. Like I was so worried about my girl being good, family being good, brother being good, sister being good, friends being good, that if you asked me what I actually liked, I would tell you what everybody else liked because that's all I was doing. And I didn't actually have an understanding of what I was actually passionate about, what I actually like to do, because I had never really been able to spend that time doing those things by myself, for myself. Right. And so I feel like there's a lot of Black men that are in that space. So what would you say for those men that are like, I hear you telling me to find out what I like, but what you mean by that? I don't even know.
Well, I would say keep doing what you're doing. And when you're serving others and you're in all these other pockets of spaces that are not yours, start asking yourself if you like what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm not, again, practicing non-resistance.
Right.
So I'm not gonna tell you to go on a date with yourself and I know y'all ain't finna do that. Right? But next time you out with your friends, pay attention to who made the plans. Ask yourself if you really wanna go there. While you there, do I really like this? I'ma just challenge you. Just allow that question just to pop up in your head for 2 seconds. Do I really like this? I actually hate it here.
Yeah, you know, what were we talking about before we started the episode? I was telling you how I love how these episodes, like this happens a lot during episodes. Like something that we talked about earlier will come up during the episode. But I was telling y'all how sometimes people would tell me like, yo, bro, you in Atlanta, you gotta go out to a restaurant, like you gotta work hard, play hard. And like when I was in college, they're like, yo, you're gonna regret not like partying more and having more fun. And what I told y'all was like, yo, I don't enjoy that.
No.
You know, a lot of like most of the world finds that very enjoyable.
Right.
And I had to realize early on that that is not for me. That's not where I find joy. Actually, if you take me to a party, I am actually like having a horrible time the entire time, regardless of what I look like. I'm like, I cannot wait to get back home. This is not it for me. How are these people dancing and drinking? Everybody's around each other. I don't want to do this at all. I feel like I'm being tortured.
Sweaty.
You know what I'm saying? Right? But I got to that realization off of checking in with myself when I'm in these spaces, when I'm around other people and I'm doing things for other people instead of myself. And I'm there, I'm like, yo, dog, I actually hate this, bro. Like, I really don't want to do this. Now, granted, I have to do it from time to time, right? Like, but I really don't want to do this. And I think that's what you're saying is like, when you're in these spaces, How do you feel? Like,
Right.
what does that feel like for you? And if you're not enjoying it, then maybe you want to tap into trying something else.
Exactly. But the awareness is something that I think that Black men don't give themselves permission to do. Like you said, I started checking in with myself. A lot of time you're being a servant, you're being a servant, you're being a servant.
Right.
So you're constantly sacrificing your own peace, your own sleep, your own finances to serve your community, be a provider, you know, provide and protect. So that's what you're doing. But I love these conversations and I love what you're doing because you are spearheading the likelihood for more Black men to be like, no, I matter.